Welcome back to the engineering base, guys. I've done some things while we were away, and I've actually maxed out all my golden elixir storages for something that we're gonna do later today. And then I've also started working on my collectors and stuff, which I don't know. Can I upgrade this more? No. So we're gonna start upgrading these because we don't actually need to upgrade anything at the moment. It took me a couple days to get all the storages up and running, but you know, we finally got it done, and we're gonna have two goals for today. The first one is to upgrade our archers, which, as you can see, they are $50,000 or elixir. The second goal is to learn about tanks. Now, we're gonna do this in an interesting way because there was a comment a long time ago made by Daily Floor Gang saying, here's a tip, man. If you ever need resources, I just snipe some of the practice spaces. Easy loot. And to be honest, I completely forgot about the practice spaces. So if we go to the practice thing, you're gonna see that we can do the giant smash practice, which it has a tiny bit of tanking inside the actual practice. So we're going to talk about it first, and then we're going to go into the practice, and we're going to learn to see it in action, and then we're going to go into a multiplayer battle, and then I'll use tanking in there as well. We have to define what a tank is. A tank is a unit that shields other troops from taking damage, and it generally has a lot of hit points. So if we were to go to our troops, and we went to our barbarians, we would see that the barbarians have 45 hit points. Now we went to our archers, they have 20 hit points, so they have less. Our giants, they have a whopping 300 hit points. We go to our goblins, they only have 25 hit points. And finally, if we go to our wall breakers, they have 20. So just looking at that, we can obviously tell that the giants have the most hit points. The most common tanks in Clash of Clans are giants, P.E.K.K.A.s, Yetis, golems, lava hounds, ice golems, the barbarian king, and the archer queen with healers, obviously, because otherwise if you didn't have the healers, then she would get destroyed by defenses. And then occasionally you'll see Valkyries and barbarians used as tanks. Now, you may be wondering, when is the best time to use a tank? Like, what would be housing space efficient? Which I will get into housing space efficiency later on in the series. Well, there are four main ways that I use tanks. The first one is I put them at the front of my main attack group. So if I'm using giants and barbarians, I would throw the giants in first so then the barbarians don't get destroyed. The second way I use them is the shield funneling troops, which, again, I will get into funneling later on in the series whenever it is the appropriate time. Because right now, we kind of just spam stuff in, but later on, around Town Hall 5, Town Hall 6, maybe, we'll start funneling. If you already know what funneling is, if you wanted to take out a couple buildings, so then you could funnel, and you only wanted to use one or two wizards, then you would put down a giant or something to tank the shots from a cannon or whatever defense is there, and then you'd be able to destroy whatever key buildings you want to destroy with your wizards. The third way that I use tanks is to shield wall breakers, which we will actually see this in action in the practice. And then the final way that I use tanks is to distract key target defenses. I'm hoping that I'll be able to show that off in a multiplayer battle. Alrighty, so we're going to get off into the giant smash practice arena. So the good thing about these practice things is they start off by telling you what to do. So it immediately says deploy a giant to shield the wall breakers, which is what we're talking about, tanking. So we're using the giant to tank for the wall breakers. So as you can see, when I follow this, I'll put down a giant, and then it tells me quickly deploy wall breakers before the giant dies. So we're going to deploy our two wall breakers, and the giant is taking all the hits, and the wall breakers break the wall right there. So now that gives the rest of our main attack group, which is giants, it gives them all the room they need to just go in and wreck the base. So we're going to see that with this, they're going to be able to take out all the defenses, no problem. And another form of tanking that it's showing here is the attack group thing, where after that mortar is gone, they're gonna tank all the hits, so we can just sprinkle our goblins everywhere and we'll be fine. You see, there's the cannon that just got destroyed, and the last defense that will actually do damage is that archer tower. But how the targeting works is that the giants are so close to the archer tower that the archers aren't even going to consider attacking the goblins. So the only thing that would be able to destroy them would actually be bombs, which I think the only one that was there went off, and I'm surprised it didn't kill that goblin. So yeah, that's a quick example on how tanking works. And if you wanted, I normally do that for my wall breaks early on. Now once I get to about Town Hall 7, Town Hall 8, normally your wall breakers and your barbarians are strong enough that you could send in a barbarian to quickly scan for traps or just to tank, and then you can send in wall breakers right afterwards to actually destroy the wall. And depending on how close you can actually spawn them in, you might be able to just spawn a couple in and then they blow up the wall before any traps go off. But that's rare. It's actually not as rare as I'd like to say, but I mean, it's still pretty rare. We do not want to practice without deployment steps, because we're going to actually go into a live battle. I do want to quickly just say, if the video quality is a little bit off, my normal setup is kind of whacked out right now, so it may take a while before I figure out what's going on. There we go. We have our archers upgrading. They're going to be done in 12 hours. We have so much gold. Let's just go ahead and upgrade a bunch of walls, and I will see you once I upgrade a lot of walls. Alrighty, so I upgraded all these walls, and then I also destroyed a lot of trees, so you may see that the gem count is a little bit higher. But I just found this, and this is amazing. A gem box. We're going to be able to get our gems up a lot higher. And what is this? This is an 8th anniversary. Oh, I like the gold amount. 8888. And I think this is for Clash's 8th anniversary, because I know Supercell is they just had their 10th one not long ago. But look at that. That looks kind of dope. The gold, and then also the emerald green for the candle. That's really cool. And look at that. The gems are done. And actually, that reminds me that that's probably like a gem. That's probably what that is. It's not an emerald. It's probably just a gem. We have our army ready. We're gonna try to go and do a live attack while talking about tanking. Alright, so we are back. I just want to check the corners of the base. Alright, we do have 2 builder huts. I don't really care about all the trophy glory. So what we're gonna do here is we have to do this. We have to send a barbarian. Actually, we don't really need wall breakers, so we're gonna send a wall breaker up here. And it doesn't look like they have any sort of. It doesn't seem like they have any sort of clan castle troops, but we're just gonna keep trickling some wall breakers around, trying to figure out where traps are, and we're gonna throw in 6 giants on this mortar and a barbarian right on top of it to help out with that. And after that barbarian's gonna go down, unfortunately. We're gonna let these giants circle around, and actually right over here we're gonna sprinkle all of our archers, making sure there's no bombs. And one way to think about whenever you tank is you can think about it like this. As you can see, the archer tower's shooting at the giant now. But one way you can think about this is in basketball.
Nope.
Whenever I used to play street ball with a couple of my friends, one of my friend's parents actually told me that when you're playing basketball, you want to keep, and you're on the defense, you want to keep yourself between the person that you're guarding and the goal. So that's kind of what you want to do with your tank. You want to keep the tank in between the people that you are guarding and the defense. And as you can see, using that tank down in the bottom left to distract the cannon and archer tower, we have, I want to say we have all of our archers alive. I don't think one of them died. Maybe if they did, it was just a few. I know our goblins got a little bit ahead of schedule and were unfortunately deleted off of the map, but all of our archers are still alive, and we'll be able to quickly take out that town hall without any threat of losing time because of the walls around it. And it's cutting down to the wire. We only have about 10 seconds left. Are the archers going to be able to make it in time? It does seem like they do. The whole archery team is here, and they destroy the final builder hut with only seconds to spare. Look at that. We got a lot of gold and a lot of elixir, but more importantly, we got all the trophies, which that's really the winning thing. I know earlier I said I don't really care about all the glory from the trophies, but still, that's really cool. We'll be able to get up to Bronze League 2 mighty soon. Actually, no, we're only at 400 trophies. We're going to have to do some trophy pushing eventually, which it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough pushing for trophies because our defense isn't that high. But since for engineering, you don't really have to worry about whether or not you upgrade your offense. As long as we keep our offense up, then we can still push for trophies. It just be we never really win any defensive things. That is one confusion that I did like find in the last video. So if you were confused about the terminology engineering, because of how it was different before, where you only needed a cannon and you didn't need to build every building, so people would only have a level 1 cannon and they wouldn't have anything else in their base, then people called that engineering because, I mean, rightfully so, it was engineering. And now some people may not call this engineering because you don't have just a cannon, which that's a subjective thing where if you deem having a cannon and only one cannon as engineering, then to you this will not be engineering. But to me, this is the closest thing to engineering we will get. I just wanted to clear that up in case someone was confused, because I know that some people were, and I just wanted to make sure that it was thrown out there correctly. With that, we got our archers, and I hope you were able to learn about tanking. It's a fairly simple concept. It's all just about putting your tanks in front of your troops, so then your troops won't die. But yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then consider hitting that like button and commenting something if you want to talk about something. Remember, the clan is open, and I will actually put the code on the screen right now. And remember, Jesus is risen.